Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I am here back again with a word from God. I just want to share this dream I had last night, and it's just very profound. Um Personally, I've been going through some difficult times in my personal life, and I've been really praying and sort of leaning into God and his grace. And last night I had this dream that was so clear, and it was exactly what I needed, from the Lord to know. And in the dream, it was actually God was taking me back to the time of Jesus and when he was on this earth. And in the dream, I saw him riding the donkey, and when people were singing Hosanna and everyone was laying down the palm branches as he was riding. And strangely, in the dream, it was like it's like I was sitting behind him on the donkey, or I'm, very closely walking with him from behind. Like I could see it from almost like his perspective of how things were, and I was able to feel what he was feeling at the time. And I saw him, being very joyful and very, very, happy in that moment that, everyone around him was laying down these palm branches and singing Hosanna to him and declaring the glory of the Lord. But at the same time, there was a part of him that was just prepared and waiting for the next scene. So as he was just riding this donkey and these palm branches were being laid down on the floor by the people, in the dream I could see like the whole atmosphere just changed after a while and just started becoming quite dark. And it's like he started riding on the donkey at noon, and then towards the end it was just quite dark. And it's like God was speaking to me through it, and Jesus was so prepared. He was so prepared in the spirit to face what was coming towards him. And I saw in the dream, by the way, when I'm saying this is just a dream, it's not what happened. To details, actually, we know that what happened, but not to the details as in the dream. But God was showing me like a perspective. And as he was riding the donkey, and it was like he took a turn, and as he took this turn, so it's like he was very well prepared for what was coming against him. I could feel it in my spirit. I could feel it in the dream in itself, that yes, he enjoyed that moment of worship. He enjoyed that moment of, being embraced by the creations, by the people that he created. And he came to this earth and, to display the glory of his divinity. But again, in that moment, Jesus wasn't so caught up in the moment that he forgot where he was heading to and what was just around the corner. So like in the dream I told you, like I saw him sort of turning around the corner of a street still on the donkey. After that scene passed and everyone was still laying down the palm branches, the scene changed, the atmosphere changed, everything sort of darkened. But Jesus was like, he was braced like a soldier almost. I felt in my spirit, like in his heart, he may look humble, he may look from outward appearance, he may look quite, meek and humble, but in his heart, it's like God was giving me a perspective of like what Jesus was experiencing or feeling in that moment, right? So he was sort of showing me what he was feeling. So he was still moving forward. The Lord was still moving forward, and that time passed of the glory and the singing and rejoicing and declaring the glory of who Christ is. But I could feel it in my spirit that he was strong. His heart was strong. He was prepared. The beauty of the entire scene was that he did not show to anyone around him, his disciples or the people who was laying down these branches and declaring who Jesus was and singing Hosanna to him. He did not even show them what he was prepared to face, and just round the corner, as he turned round the corner, I saw these these Roman centurions and actually the Pharisees, the Jewish, priests and Pharisees and Sadducees and the people of the religious congregation coming for him. And he was still on the donkey as these individuals were coming furiously and with the intent and plan and plots, set out to capture him. But Jesus wasn't shaken by that. He was just witnessing this. He was riding the donkey into this next scene, right? So this is not obviously what chronologically happened. I mean, very timely that happened. At least I don't think so from the Bible. But in the dream, this is what God was showing me, and it was so clear that it spoke volumes to me, because God was speaking to me that our hearts should be strengthened in the fact that God is with you and God is with us. Then we should be strengthened in him. We should be content in him, not in the moments that we face in life, be that good or the bad, but rather we have to be like soldiers. We have to stand strong for the kingdom of God. Suffering will come. You might be experiencing a moment of praise and Hosanna and people laying down branches for you and declaring that you are the you are the child of God, or you are the one God is speaking through. But just around the corner you might be facing these religious people who are coming at you, or just not religious. It could be governmental individuals. It might be political issues and social issues and so many different things. It might be your family. It might be so many type of people or situations that would be coming against your life just around the corner, that turn that you take. But you have to be prepared in the Lord. And just as how Jesus knew what he was going to face, right? God will always prepare us for what's coming. God will always prepare us for that next turn in your life that may not be so pleasant. But even in that moment, even in that time of suffering, God gets all the glory, and he will make sure that his glory is revealed in and through that situation. And people may judge you based on your situations, based on your circumstances, based on what you're experiencing in that moment. The very people who sang Hosanna to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords just moments earlier, they're the very people who were, seeking and crying out at the top of their voice and declaring that we want this man to be crucified. And that's the world that we're living in. But this is what the Lord is speaking to me and through that dream. And it was so clear that I couldn't believe when I woke up, and I could still feel what I was feeling in the dream and what the Lord was feeling in the dream. And it really encouraged me, because God was speaking to me that God was telling me, be strong in me. I know every turn you're going to take in your life, and in every turn that you're going to take, I am with you. I am strengthening you. Don't be afraid of suffering, because even in the midst of suffering, I will bring out my glory in all of these situations. So I just want to encourage you all, with this dream that I had. I just want to share it with you all because I felt like it was so powerful and profound. I hope that God has, spoken to you through this. And I know that the video has gone a bit long, but I really hope that God is speaking to you through this, and you're encouraged if you're going through something. Stay strong no matter what you're going through. God is with you. God bless you.